And the cop said, "You're under arrest." I said, "For what?" And he said, "For transporting manas across state lines for illegal purposes." Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night. It's going to be a very special evening tonight. We're going to have a good time. We got the return of Steve Fever here back on the program. And for the first time in a long time, there's no Jay. Oh, did you fidget spinner it up?
Oh.
I almost bought one the other day.
This one lights up.
I don't have any of them.
Hours of fun.
Oh my God, fidget spinner.
Let's turn the lights out.
No.
It's you and me. Turn the lights
I
out.
don't know about it.
I got it at the Rib Fest.
You got a Rib Fest fidget spinner? Dude, if that's not an album title, I don't know what it is.
No shit up.
Rib Fest fidget spinner. So we appreciate everybody joining us here on this Friday night.
How's it going?
It was great, man. I've been off today, and I'm going to be off on Monday and this weekend, too. So I got me a big old 4-day
How
banger.
was last week's show?
It was good from what I recall of it. We had Jay sitting in, and we had a big old time, man.
Okay.
I didn't plan on doing the show. I thought me and the girlfriend were going to hang out, and because I only got one day off last weekend. So I figured, we'd do something. You know, if I only get one day off on a weekend, I'm not going to do a show and come up here and just be an internet asshole rather than spending time with a girlfriend when we don't really hang out that much during the week. So I don't want to be that asshole that just be like, oh, no, the bros are coming over and we're going to get fucking shit-faced and play video games and play records and then get online and be all stupid. One day a week I can't do that. But anyway, so me and Jay kind of we winged it last week. Wing. I didn't have no rundown. We didn't have nothing to talk about. Neither one of us had any records to play.
I had.
So we pulled stuff off the we talked about summertime records.
I ran in the Marine Mud Run.
The Mud Run. Yeah, how was that?
That was quite the challenge.
Do you like it?
I did.
Okay.
I know what I need to work on.
Yeah.
The hills.
Yeah.
The obstacles, they were okay, but the hills is what was beating my butt. Pretty good.
Oh, I bet. That just sounds awful to be honest with you. But I heard everybody. A lot of people said it was a good time. I heard you on the radio this week.
I was on the radio.
I was going to work and I was watching some Stealth Potassium's now playing Team Deathmatch on Battlefield.
Okay.
Friend of mine. I was going to work and they were listening to the radio program, and then they were talking about Reds baseball, and then they said we have Steve on the line, and I was like, I guarantee effing you, that's Steve.
Right. Well, they were in the news this week because one of their utility infielders filled in for a dude and hit 4 home runs.
It was crazy. It was nuts.
5 for 5. One of them was a grand slam. It's like the first time that had ever been done. First time Reds history. And Reds is the oldest professional baseball team there is.
Really?
1890.
I didn't know that.
I watched the game. It was crazy.
That was pretty cool. But I heard you on there. I knew that was. I knew that was going to be you on there.
Yeah, I had to straighten some stuff out.
So the Memorial Day weekend. Last time you were on the show, and then we did a Memorial Day thing right after that. Boss Man had a party.
Boss Man had a party. It was like Grown Man Record Night party.
It was a Grown Man Record Night party. Kimmy fixed a shit ton of great food.
I made a pie.
Steve had a pie in there.
Strawberry, raspberry, blueberry pie.
Sweet Tea had this great cabbage dish, which I really liked.
Zoe's Kitchen.
Oh my God,
Slaw.
terrific thing. And so it was a big old time, man. We all got together and had a big time. Now, if you don't know Bossman personally, which you guys don't because you don't, he's very concerned about security.
He is.
He is. So he's a gun guy. He likes guns.
He loves his guns.
And
he loves securing the perimeter.
He likes securing the perimeter. So he just bought, he and Kimmy just bought this house. And they've kind of locked down their the exterior of the house, trying to keep safe from intruders.
Yeah,
they're
nice.
Very well prepared.
It's nice. I forgot this.
Multiple surveillance cameras going to cell phone notifications. Everything's recorded. It's one of those situations.
I forgot all that.
You forgot all that.
Yeah.
So while you were over here, we're all hanging out in the driveway.
Fellowship.
Yep.
And then there was one point where I thought I would just kind of stroll around the side of the house and take a look around.
You're gonna take a look around over here?
Yeah. And well, you know.
Let's see what happens.
Let's just see what happens. I got a clip.
Yeah, so that happened.
Yeah.
Actual situation. That's no tomfoolery there.
The funny thing is where it looks really bright, that was the only part of the side of the yard was really dark. The infrared camera.
The infrared cranks it up.
It reverses.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I walked right into the brightest part of the shot.
That is fantastic.
And I edited that down. I probably stood there peeing for probably another at least 45 seconds.
It took you a minute and a half and get going, but once you get going, that's solid business. We got something rare. We said Jay's not here tonight.
Yeah, where's Jay?
Jay is actually out at the Iron Maiden concert in Charlotte. Is that right? PNC? Or is that Raleigh? That's Raleigh. So Jay's in Raleigh seeing Iron Maiden. Ghost is opening up for him. And it's not something we do a lot here on the show or really ever before. But we actually have a live report from Jay coming up. And
I hear there's like a solar reversal or something.
Yeah, there's a delay. We're trying to work out the kinks in the program.
There's still sun shining in Charlotte?
Yeah, we've never been able to go live like this before, but we're going to give it a shot for a live report. So I hope we have on the other end of this. Holy shit, I hope this works. I hope on the other end of this...
Jay, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
Jay. Jay. Jay. Jay. All right, hang on, everybody. Here comes Jay. I think we got him.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Jay?
All right, this is Jay with Grown Man Record Night at Iron Maiden with some random folks here. This is Jason and Brian, right?
Yeah, we're the Random Brothers.
Random.com.
Irons up, baby.
Well, we're here to see metal tonight. And you just saw Iron Maiden last week, Brian,
Yeah,
correct?
last Saturday, yes sir.
What'd you think about the show?
Oh man, it was balls to the wall, non-stop energy the whole time. Bruce was running around like he was 25 years old, man.
Think it's the cocaine?
No cocaine, full fitness, man. He's
All
at
right.
the gym every
All
chance
right.
he gets.
He's cooped up in the cockpit all the time.
Yeah.
All right, and we saw Ghost open just now.
Yeah.
Very good band. Reminded me a lot of Kiss. I told somebody Gene Simmons is a hell of a marketing man to get out there and do this at that age.
That's unbelievable.
And but no, they got a good 70s vibe. So what do you like about Iron Maiden, Brian?
About Iron Maiden, I like the galloping bass drum and the galloping Steve Harris riffs on the bass.
Yeah.
The guy keeps it going the entire time. They have lived through the test of time from the 80s until now. They lived through the synthesizers. They just got a core fan base, and I love that, man. I love with the fan base.
All right, sweet. And Jason, what do you think about when we come out to these shows? What do you like about coming out here with the other metal fans?
Man, I love seeing all the different people out here. Metal is like soul music, man. It's the beat, it's the vibe, it's the whole environment.
Except they don't rape kids like the soul musicians do.
Well, that's true, yeah. But you got so many different people. You got little kids out here. You got older people.
Not that we like that or anything.
You got, I mean, I'm surprised how many like little kids are actually here. So these parents are starting them off right, man. Get their kids into new soul.
Yeah, we saw a lot of kids. There was a kid right beside me with his earmuffs on. It made me think maybe in a year or two I'll bring my kid out here. You know.
There you go.
All right, let me ask you: Jerry Belson or Jerry Davis? Which one?
Jerry Davis.
Okay.
It's easier to say.
Okay. Let me ask you, Jason, Mr. Wrestling 4 or Mikey Bananas? Right now, who would it be?
Mikey Bananas.
Okay, with that, we're signing off. Thanks.
That was a live report from our very own Jay, the Curbist, live in Raleigh, North Carolina, reporting on the Iron Maiden concert. And yeah,
we should put the live locator up.
You know, it's through all these times we've had these trouble trying to get Gene Smart on the program, and then the Curbist gets out there and we reel him in just like a fucking pound-and-a-half trout up in the mountain stream. Said hut, fly fishing. You guys ever fly fish?
I feel like this show is so good. We may have to do a POP.
We should. We're going to take clips of this and make a new show out of it. Let's see, what else?
Why don't they sell beers with built-in coasters? Like
They should.
This one.
You know, I've not pulled this graphic up in a while. Oh, it's got the G thing on the bottom. Hey, in the news, folks, a couple of things quick in the news tonight before we get to some of the record albums and shit we played tonight.
Do you remember In the News? You're probably too young.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, we watched cartoons on Saturdays.
Yeah.
That's the only time you could watch them.
Yeah, I remember that.
CBS,
I was part of that generation.
They had little breaks in between cartoons, like in the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour, called CBS In the News.
Okay.
And it was a little news program that was designed
For kids, like a kid news thing.
Very good.
Cool. We mentioned this last week, and actually a couple weeks ago. There was some cryptic message from Aphex Twin that floated out on social media and whatnot. And what it ended up being was they were doing Richard James was doing a live thing. He was performing at Field Day in the UK, Great Britain.
Like my kids' school.
Yeah, something like that. And they were going to live stream the broadcast. And actually, you can go find this on YouTube now. It was a live stream, and now you can go find it. But an incredible live performance from Aphex Twin that happened last Saturday, and it was bonkers. It was bonkers.
What are you showing? Oh my God! What are you showing?
This kids in the occult. Hold up that VHS cassette tape.
This guy's cutting.
We've listened to it. We looked at it before.
Organs.
Hey, some of that Chuck Berry's had a new album come out today.
Chuck Berry?
Chuck Berry. Kids in the Occult with John Hagee. He died back in March. And it was kind of whispered then that he was going to release an album, blah, blah, blah. And some of the stuff got leaked, and we listened to some of it and reported back Chuck Berry, new tracks. I listened to it, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a Chuck Berry track.
Chuck Berry died?
In March?
He's been dead, hasn't he?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He had an album come out today.
This year?
Yeah, in March.
Okay.
Remember?
Did we drink to him?
It was, of course. Let's do it again. Because so this album came out posthumously, and at least 8 of the tracks on there are like brand new, written by Chuck Berry songs. 1 or 2 of the tracks, it's a Chuck Berry record. Sounds great. He's got guests. Gary Clark Jr. is on the shit, as well as Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave. I would love to hear what that session sounded like.
And Guitar Hero.
Oh my God. Pick up ashtray, slide it over, that's going to be cool. So, and I think this got more hype when Chuck Berry died than this week when the album was actually released. Shitty promotion. I've not seen one thing about this.
No.
You would think even maybe news shows would pick up like, oh, Chuck Berry died a couple months ago because he's such a fucking legend that you could get some free promotion out of this. I've not seen shit about this. Pretty terrible. But I will say this, folks. There's a record that came out last week that I should have mentioned that we didn't because I was not prepared to do the show. There's a band called Elder, and it's part of the kind of like that stoner doom generation of things. But this album, these guys have released last week, transcend multiple genres, a little bit of that. It's a band I've been streaming and listening to for a long time, but I don't actually own any of their shit. They always pop up on stations that I listen to, or sometimes I've actually listened to like whole albums, like on YouTube or Spotify. And new album came out last week, and I've been streaming it online, and it's some of the best shit I've heard in a long time. Reflections of a Floating World by Elder. And you can see there's some cool like color variants and shit come out with the pressings. Yeah. You would love this.
I bet.
It is phenomenal. I've not really said this, maybe the new Mastodon record just because it was anticipated, but this is not something I was necessarily looking for, but I've kind of stumbled on. Let me just tell you as a recommendation from your friendly internet pal, Mikey Bananas, go find a few free tracks or whatever of this record and listen to it. You owe it to yourself. It's that good of a freaking record. I'm not kidding.
What's the name of it again?
Reflections of a Floating World. Holy cow, this shit is great. And even if you're not like because you're not like a heavy music guy, and this is not heavy, and it's not even like thick and gnarly, it's very psychedelic. These guys actually formed on the premise of like Conan mythology. That's what the whole premise of the band was. Guys from Massachusetts, and you kind of get a taste of that. You flick the tip. It flicks the tip of the Conan mythology type stuff. Very cool. And I mean, it's weird and like heavy psych, so it's kind of trippy at times, very melodic at times. It's got some thickness to it at times. And so
I'm always looking for albums that would fit well in a playlist if you're going to play D&D all night.
Oh.
And that would fit right.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's get a Grown Man Record Night D&D game going. I'm serious. I've never played.
I know a good DM.
I've never played.
It's coming to town in July.
Okay. We should record it. Multi-camera shoot. I've always wanted to play D&D. And I always wanted to make a documentary about the 40-year-old guy that has never played D&D but wants to play D&D. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool. So yeah, that was what I had to talk about.
I think I talked about what I was going to talk about.
You know, there was a new Roger Waters album released.
We'll talk about that later.
I hear it's pretty damn good, and the record sounds pretty good.
Well, we might talk about that.
More about that lately.
More about it later. Yeah.
Get up on the YouTube, everybody. Everybody get up on the YouTube. Get up on your YouTube. Hit a button. I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
Let's talk about what we played. There's a lot of records we played this evening. Steve did a few one-off little things.
I got here a little earlier than normal.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was cool. I said Jay wasn't here, and I was like, man, I'm going to be sitting here by myself for 10 o'clock, and I'll get sleepy.
School, they were home early, so they were home early. They were home all day.
Yeah.
So, I was able to get out the door.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, hell, when sorry. I caught a hanger. When I came in, I had a record I left kind of on the turntable. The needle wasn't on it or nothing, but it was up there. And I know you're not supposed to do that, but it was something I was listening to, I don't know, sometime or other. Caius, welcome to Sky Valley. It's a staple here on the program. Always love to hear this really every few weeks. And left it up. You sit that on the front. You got to hold that guy up. And here's a record that I've not played in a couple of years probably on the show, at least. Probably more than that. It's probably 3.5, 4 years I've not played this on the show. And there's no good reason for that. Rufus and Shaka Master Jam. 79 Shaka Khan and Rufus thing, man. And it's funky. It's disco ish, but it's funky, man. Yeah, it is. Great little gatefold on that mug. And it's a fun record. That's what I would call a fun record. It's real dancey, real lovey, just a good time, man. It's a good time record. Kind of a little guilty pleasure that's kind of just slept back in there for, oh, somebody says Steve needs to fix his mic. What happened to your mic, Steve?
I don't know, man. It's right here.
Oh, no, it's not talking.
What?
It's not talking.
No level?
No level on Steve's mic.
Uh-oh.
Make sure it's not unplugged. Hang on, we'll go fix it.
It's plugged in. Check 1, 2.
No. Do it.
Check.
Yeah.
Check.
It may be low, though.
Check.
But okay.
What?
Make sure channel 2 is turned all the way up. But that's I bet maybe the battery's going cronky.
Everything's up, man.
Okay.
Check 1, 2. 1, 1, 1. Here we go.
It seems I'm way louder than you are.
Maybe I'm just mumbling.
Maybe pick this guy up and just keep it beside you anyway, and turn 3 up as well. We're managing situations. 3's probably all the way down.
All the way down. All the way down. All the way up. All the way up.
Now Steve's all the way up. Now you're where I am.
Yep.
You may want to keep that way. It's a safe play. Oh.
I don't know about that.
You got a wad on you. That's why.
Wad.
Steve's got a big old wad.
Hold on, I'm unplugged.
Okay. That's all right. Just sit that guy down. And so after we played that little Shaka Khan jam that I was pretty stoked about, I noticed I was just kind of long distance scanning my shelf. You know, I was looking for a jazz record to play this evening, and I noticed something. I'm like, oh shit, that's an Impulse label. And I'm like, what is that? Like Shirley Scott or some shit? And when I went up there, I realized it was a live Gary McFarlane, who was a Grown Man Record Night legend, who was poisoned as a gentleman. But this is a live Impulse deal from '66, and I got this for $2 at a place that's normally like overpriced as hell. And maybe this is like.
Did you say he was poisoned?
Yeah, he was. That's how he died. And in one of it was crazy because in one of the other records, something on the Verve, not Impulse. So he's been on Verve and Impulse. On one of the Verve records I have of him, he's one of this bleep.
Yeah.
Bloop. Bleep. My faucet keeps a dripping and I can't sleep.
Music. Good lounge music.
Yeah. One of those, he has a cocktail recipe on there. Remember that?
Nope.
And it's ironic because somebody poisoned his drink and he died. So you don't have to go all the way. But a classic business that I've not played in a little while. And about that time, I only got that far down into the list before Steve showed up about business.
Make sure I've been playing them.
Yeah, it is.
Vibes or Rambo or something.
I mean. Yeah. Much better, says people, about your microphone.
Okay, then I'll have to hold 2 mics. I got one here and one here.
I don't know which is working and which is not. And that's
this one,
over up there.
This one must be working.
Everything's going wrong.
Okay.
Hey, no. While you're up though, this is when you showed up and you busted up some psychedelic lollipop, which is some terrific. I picked up one of the later releases not a couple weeks ago by the Blues Magoos.
Yeah, Psychedelic Lollipop, the first album, 1966.
This is the best one, I would say.
Yeah, it's a little noisy, but you know what? Whatever. Great album.
Yeah.
I love the first track. We Ain't Got Nothing Yet. It's like.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I mean, even the shittier one, presumably that I've got is not a bad record. That's better for sure.
It's a great record.
Yeah. What the hell is this about? I know what this is about. I'm playing a bit.
There's a gentleman that we work with who brought up to our attention. He's a Toastmaster, by the way. Brought to our attention, I believe this week, maybe today, is Dean Martin's.
It was yesterday, I believe.
Yesterday might have been Dean Martin's. He turned 100.
He'd be 100-year-old.
So he and John F. Kennedy turned 100 this year.
Okay.
And so I decided we got to play some Dino, and this is Everybody Loves Somebody.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Love some Dino, man. And he also said that we remind him of Martin and Lewis.
Oh, did he say that? He said something about me being Lewis, but no in hell.
Oh, see, he didn't tell me, because that's what I was getting ready to say.
He got that backwards.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm more a straight man, I think.
You're more of a straight man, but I'm more of a drunk. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe
you know what I mean?
Maybe he's thinking drunk. He's maybe
that's a swip swap.
And I'm the innocent guy that doesn't listen to a lot of metal.
Hello.
And I love the French.
Pretty lady. Which one is the Jerry Lewis movie where he's taking a train trip and he puts milk in his water pistol and he keeps squirting the stewards with the milk?
I don't know.
He's playing kind of like a kid, but he's like a grown-ass fucking man.
Well, he does that a lot,
yeah. Yeah, that bit.
I just love how serious he really is in real life. Like that latest interview someone did with
Oh,
him.
he's an asshole. He's a king of assholes. But if you know what movie that is, leave us a comment. Jerry Lewis movie where he's got milk in a water pistol, and he's on a train. He's taking a train trip. And I think the majority of the movie is like on those train trip. Train trip.
Was it called Train Trip?
Train tracks. Yeah. Anyway, then you pull this out of my stack?
No.
You brought this with you?
I brought this with me.
Okay.
Warner Brothers 74, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath.
Listen to side 2.
Yeah. Any particular reason?
Not really.
You just wanted to hear it.
Just wanted to hear it. Love this record. I think is this when they started to introduce the keyboards?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I pulled this one out. Lena Lovic. Is that how you pronounce it? Lena Lovich. This was VCL2 from our good buddy Sean, probably the first friend of the program. Sean0612 on YouTube, VC Legend. And cool thing about that, his music is actually what we're listening to behind the program. Anytime we do records instead of playing like a digital track, it's Sean's hip-hop instrumentality series. There's a blue one and a red one. And I'm stoked to say, this week I saw where he, family man. He's got a couple kids. He's been doing his thing. But
I was hoping this would be the album with number 1 on it, and it was.
It said number 2.
Well,
no.
Lucky Number. Lucky Number is the name of the song.
So he said after all this time, he's going to get back into making music.
Who?
Sean.
Oh.
Posted a picture. He's bought some gear. He's going to be. He was like a legit no. He sent that record, and we're playing his record.
Okay.
And it just so happens that he's going to get back into laying down some damn shit.
Well, Jay's got something going on.
Jay's got something going on
Curvis
too.
might be the studio man.
He's a studio man. What's happening there?
I look forward to finding
Look
out
at that.
more.
What is that?
Looks like a turkey dinner.
Cocaine. Oh, look at that picture.
Cocaine.
Oh. That's just.
This guy's laying it out.
That's just laying it out. Okay, hey,
right, we did some one-offs.
Then you started doing one-offs.
Let's do a shot before I
do a shot for one-offs.
One-offs, yeah. Because there's a lot of them.
Is there a story that I can tell in the meantime?
I don't really have a theme to these one-offs. I was just like going through records, and there were some that I've played some of these artists recently, but most of them were like stuff I hadn't played in a long time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's important to do that.
So this is the last of the 1800 that
okay.
I had brought.
I like liquor, bro.
I'll put over here with these other tequila
I think
bottles.
my toe just went numb.
Okay.
Oh.
So Remember my little poem?
Yeah.
Fruit
No.
first.
Salt.
Fruit first.
No.
Start with salt.
Start
finish
salt.
with
Finish fruit.
We're having some trouble remembering the
I feel
order.
like a finished fruit is like a kumquat.
The order of service.
PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
I'm gonna put this mic down so I can do this.
You guys did do that when you were in school?
PEMDAS?
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Oh.
Order of operations.
Every good boy deserves fudge.
Mathematics. Hey, cheers, everybody. You bunch of mugs. Boy, I love limes. I could just eat them.
You go anywhere this summer?
I don't know. Been thinking about it. I went to Chicago last summer. I went to the beach the one before.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do this year.
Well, you went to Chicago and they ended up winning the World Series, so you set foot on places and things happen.
Damn right.
So what we played next was some one-offs.
Yeah.
I started with Can,
Yeah.
soon over Babaluma.
Yeah.
The whole album has this kind of a tropical feel to it. I believe it's their sixth studio album from 76, I think. 74, sorry. We heard Dizzy Dizzy off of that.
Good record. I'm not as familiar with that one.
No?
No.
This one's a great compilation I picked up called Soul Shouts Volume 3. Got a lot of great artists like James Brown, King Curtis,
Oh.
Young Holt, Hugh Muscala,
Young Buck. Is
Masekela,
Young Buck on there?
Ramsey Lewis, Alvin Cash, Cliff Nobles. But what we heard was Time is Tight by Booker T and the MGs.
Get out of here now.
It was like that's a theme to somebody, isn't
Something.
it?
I just picked this up like it was a full beer and I did this number. Anyway, you
Next, a little Jim Carroll band, some like New York punk, which is the Basketball Diaries.
Yeah.
Fella.
Yeah.
We heard three.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio's band.
Is it? What?
He played the guy.
Oh, did he? Three Sisters. Off this album. This was 1980, I believe.
Slayer jean jacket on TV.
Warner Brothers in 1980.
Look at the TV. Oh, you missed it. It was a jean jacket with a Slayer patch on it.
Next was a local, like a regional favorite, Mother's Finest from the 70s. I believe this was 78 or 77. Another Mother Further. This is the only Mother's Finest album I have.
That's the only one you can see anywhere.
I've had this since I was in high school.
Are there other ones?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's about 3 or 4.
It seems like I see
And,
that one. Maybe it's because of the
Mickey's
logo.
Monkey is what we played, which is a ripoff of the greatest ripoff band of all time, Led Zeppelin. Custard Pie.
Yep. Dude. I want to know what the hell this is, where the hell it came from, and why the hell are we listening to this every week?
Well, I don't know. In fact, I brought this to the show once before, I think, and played it.
I don't remember it, but
you don't remember it, but this is
yeah.
Lazy Lester,
Holy shit.
Harp and Soul on Alligator Records from '88. Now, Lazy Lester was a harp player and a guitar player. This is part of his comeback was in the late '80s.
Where was this big deal? The 60s? Early 70s?
I don't know the whole background on Lazy Lester. He played with some folks.
I think now the term folks is degrading.
In fact, he wrote a couple songs that he didn't get credit for. He
Yeah?
claims he wrote that were pretty big hits. Like one was
When a man loves a woman.
no. Oh shit! What was it?
Woolly Bully.
I can't think of it. It's gonna bug me. I'll come back to it. Little TVC 15
Oh.
from David Bowie on
Oh.
Station.
Oh! Oh!
This is from 1976. Then we heard.
Yeah, got some comments about this. People really respecting the just drop dead
Well, you know, it's
bonk of this
Joe
record.
Farrell. He's played with our boy Benson,
George Benson,
Farrell and Benson.
the White Rabbit.
That one looks like a cigarette packet. That's Benson and Farrell.
Benson and okay, that's where I know him
and,
from.
and this is Can Funk, which is one of his solo records, and it's on CTI, I believe.
Okay,
From '75, and it's pretty funky.
it's great.
Great track.
Did you pay a lot for
it's
that?
Like peaches with an eyeball in it.
Did you seek that out, or was it something that kind of?
No, it's like one of those you find in a little thrift store or something.
Cool. Yeah, I think you picked that one up. That was good. And a little surprise coming after this. You pull a little surprise.
And a couple more. This one, you're like, I don't know, doesn't really fit, but whatever, nothing fits.
No.
This is Bachman Turner Overdrive, their second album, and I'll be honest with you, it's got Taking Care of Business and Let It Ride, which is a good reason to buy the record, but the whole record's pretty darn good. I mean, it doesn't like get weird or stupid.
No, it's good, man.
It jams.
It's a good rock record. I mean, what do you want to say? It's a good rock record. Straightforward.
Randy Bachman, Tim Bachman, Rob Bachman. A lot of Bachmans.
It doesn't necessarily like ring my bell, but there's damn sure like nothing wrong with that record. I mean, it's good to. I mean, it's just a good rock record.
I think it's from '73, if I'm not mistaken. Last but not least, on the little one-offs.
This is something I need to get.
Kind of weird to follow it up, but this is Miles Davis. It's called Get Up With It. It's a compilation of recordings from 1970 to 1974. And
Weird era.
What we heard was called X-Rated, which was the same lineup as an album he put out called In Concert from 1973.
Okay.
A bunch of artists, which I don't know who they are.
That's when he was getting weird.
It was definitely up your fusion bunghole.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. Some weird shit.
There's a lot of
But I
great
love that.
stuff
I
on
love
here.
that
There's
Miles
a lot of
weird
stuff
shit.
with McLaughlin and
Oh, cool.
and folks, but he wasn't on that track. But that's what I played.
Did Miles Davis ever play with Larry Coryell?
Only in the bathroom.
I wonder. Imagine what that would have sounded like. Miles Davis, Larry Coryell. Something like that.
Something.
So you finished a little one-off deal, and I said, well, I know why I need to go to this, because we're all hanging out and getting stupid up in this mug this evening, because I got 4 days off, baby. And so I said, and the beer's on ice, because all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. What a great back cover to this, by the way. Terrific back cover job. You guys like back cover jobs? I'm a big fan of them myself.
What's the name of this record?
Major moves.
Major moves.
He's making some major moves.
Making major moves.
Major moves. When I was a kid, was
Who
the
was
only.
that? That sounded like John Lee Hooker played on one of them songs. What was that all about?
See if it's John Lee Hooker.
We're gonna find out real quick, like. You say you like the back cover. Let's look at the back cover.
Yeah, look at the back cover
Oh,
while he
look at
figures
that.
it out. Oh, look at that. That's classic.
Yes, sir.
John Lee
Song
Hooker.
called Blues Medley. It says Ray Charles, vocals, electric piano on Blues Medley. John Lee Hooker, vocals on the Blues Medley.
There we go.
Dickie Betts, slide guitar on the Blues Medley.
Wow, Dickie B.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you know that
That's quite the lineup right
yeah, that's
there.
pretty cool. Oh, what a cool. Hank Jr. has the coolest logo. It's just so damn cool. And had to follow that
Way
up
to
with
go,
some
Dickie Betts.
some real blues. The
Yeah.
low blows. You guys know this if you're a fan of the show. It's a Christmas present to myself. Low
Man,
blows.
I didn't even know Ray Charles was on this mug.
Anthology of Chicago Harmonica
Gordon's
Blues.
making noise.
It's probably the Feds. One of the most personal records that I own, if not the most personal
That-
record I own.
That record was quite something.
Nothing.
You say you bought this sealed?
I bought it sealed. It's a 1988 record. I bought it sealed off of Discogs for myself for Christmas.
Seal.
Sealed. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What's that?
Girlfriend just got here. She came in with her top off.
I hear conditioner. I smell conditioner.
It's probably vinegar.
I hear conditioner.
From a douche?
From a douche.
Yeah, well,
She carries double douches on her belt. Got a douche for each hip. And we played one more record before we got into the meat of the program. I wanted to hear something heavy, something to make my ball shake. And I pulled out a little Yob, Clearing the Path to Ascend with the beer yellow vinyl.
Yeah, you did.
What a fucking incredible album this is. Very pretty vinyl, but I mean, it doesn't
We're not
even
going to pull it out.
Oh my
It's
God.
in there tight.
That is heaviness. Great stuff. Really, really, really. I really enjoy the way that. I really, Jay's been wanting phone calls, and now that he's gone. You got what?
How many mics?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing Dig of the Week.
Yeah, we got to do Dig of the Week.
Fuck.
We're getting it ready. We're doing it. We're getting it ready. We're doing it all. We're doing digs. Digs of the week. I had a great week this week, Steve. I did one of those thrift adventure.
Are you talking to me like we're on the show? Or are you talking to me?
I did one of those thrift adventure videos. Either way, it's the same
You
conversation.
went into character. I was like, wait a minute.
oh, where,
The thrift adventure show I did a couple months ago.
Right.
I've been
one
collecting
getting all the
likes.
accolades.
All the hits. I've been getting hits. I would love one. Give me one of those Walmart beers.
I'm drinking the green can. The Terrapin.
And so, what the shit was I saying?
Accolades.
Yeah. And so this week, give me another one, please. This week, I've been having kind of a dry spell. This week, I scored some crazy video game stuff. I scored some crazy record stuff. Some toy stuff that's out of my character, but super cool at the same time. So we're gonna, I'll throw that up on something else later. But in the mix of all this came some very, very fantastic record scores this week.
Really?
And Steve, I understand that you've scored some records as well.
I scored some records. I'll talk about maybe half of them.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do half of what mine are.
Sure, because we've talked about so much. We had crazy videos to show, and we had a live shot with Jay.
Yeah. Did you was your stuff expensive? Can I throw the bargain?
Some of it was.
Some of it was
not.
Okay. Fair enough.
It runs the gambit.
So I posted this. I wanted this one Goodwill. No good records all week long. Baloney. Scored some great video game stuff, some toy stuff. And the last day I was working on Thursday, went into a Goodwill. No toys, no video games, but the records flowing like the semen out of God's horsecock. It was incredibly awesome.
Okay.
Very excited. Dancing. Included, okay, I will say this. Part of what I bought, I scored a Nintendo Zapper for $3. When I walked up to the counter, I pointed it at the lady and said, "This is a stick-up." That's how happy I was with the record score at this particular
Let me show you a couple that I got.
Okay,
First
do
of
some.
all.
Do some.
Well, here's one it was like a bargain bucket bin thing that
I'm throwing it up.
it's a little something I think Chris might like.
Chris.
Brzezinski.
Oh.
It's called Hawaiian Beach Party.
Oh, he loves the Hawaiian records.
I know he does. And this is Jerry Bird. He may have it. Who knows?
Probably.
And the cover's beat, but the vinyl's in pretty good shape.
He's having joints replaced, you know.
Like marijuana?
Because of HIPAA, I can't go really any
Okay.
further than that, but
Cool.
keep
cool,
them in your thoughts
cool
and prayers.
art on the back, by the way. And it, you know, you can't go wrong in the summertime listening to Hawaiian Beach Party.
No, not at all. Hit
This is
it.
on RCA.
There's pickles in there. Do what?
RCA Victor. And dig
Torque
these
it.
cats
Right
right
after
here.
the
They're
pickle.
having a good time.
Right after the pickle.
They're all having a good time. The luau.
I like them Hawaiian records.
So yeah,
That's how Goober says it.
one more I'll say, then maybe you can do a couple.
Okay.
This one I took a chance on. I didn't know much
Take a
about it.
chance on-
It's a band called Rastus,
Oh, I don't know nothing about that
and
now.
the album's called Stealin'. It's from 1972. What do I know about this?
Just like a Goodwill
It's
thing?
on Neighborhood Records, and it was. These guys recorded 2 studio records and a couple live albums in 71, 72. That was it for them. I found little information about them on there's a Facebook page called Rastus, the greatest band you've never heard. They're kind of like Chase,
Oh,
a
great.
little bit of
Okay.
Chicago sound, a
Yeah.
little Chase, kind of psyche, but
Psyche
horny,
with horns. Yeah. Okay.
horny psyche,
Horny Psyche.
and it's good. It's really good.
Probably should. Probably should.
Weird art, weird picture on the front of like some kind of a, I don't know, creature with sunglasses on.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I don't, what is that?
So what you got? You got a couple?
Well, in that Goodwill, and oh God bless the Goodwill, man. I walk in here. Matter of fact, this Goodwill has disappointed me on record so many times that I walked in and did not go immediately to the vinyl section. I went to like a CD section. They had like some DVDs and stuff too.
Dividends.
So I figured I would just zip scan these first, go around the other side. Normally I'm just like hell bent on the vinyl section. But as I'm zip through the CDs, I notice there's a lady, older lady, looking at the records, and she's kind of poking around looking, and I'm like, immediately he's like, oh, what's you looking at? So I kind of poked around the corner, and the first thing lay on the outside, I saw this great record. I'm like, oh shit. And I pretty much kind of like, I mean, it was abrupt.
You knocked her down.
I didn't knock her down, but it was
But
abrupt.
you would have knocked her down.
It was abrupt. Oh, it was aggressive, and she immediately walked off. And in the midst of this, I grabbed 10 great records, a few of which I'm going to do this evening, including this one that I've never seen or heard of before. 16 original jazz classics. It's called Reefer Songs. It's on a label called Stash Records out of New York.
I get it.
Yeah. And all these songs are from, it's like early jazz.
This came out in like the mid 80s, right? But it's
No,
what,
76.
mid 70s. Oh yeah.
76, but the tracks are
But all
from
these
like
are
the
like
40s.
1939, 1940.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all that era.
But all these songs
Cab
are about
Calloway like stuff.
classic jazz tracks about weed. Reefer Man features Claude Jones, impeccably timed talk vocals. Man from Harlem, Here Comes the Man with the Jive. If You're a Viper, Texas Tea Party, Light Up, Sweet Marijuana Brown, Weed Smoker's Dream. I mean, these are some great, not that we're endorsing drug use on this program at all, because you can get by without all that. That's not what we're saying. However, what a crazy, weird, unique record that I've never seen.
Right.
I mean, look at this. Or actually, hey, what do you guys think? Look at this. Look at this. Steve don't have to get up.
Uh-oh.
I could
Oh shit, son.
I could just do this.
You're cutting out the middleman.
So Steve, right?
Yeah, usually I step on my mic anyway, so.
That's what I'm saying. You guys tell me, what do you think? On certain
I
records.
like this one song. I heard it on YouTube because when you told me you had this, I had to look it up.
Right.
It's called "Who Put the Benzedrine in Miss Murphy's Ovaltine."
Wow, that's fantastic.
That seems extreme.
Does it though?
We're gonna
No,
have
not
to
right,
listen
not
to
right.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's pretty cool.
Who put the Benzedrine?
You mean do another one? Or you got how many more you
I
got?
got 3 more.
I got 3 more.
2 of them go together, and then
Okay.
one of them stands alone like a motherfucker.
I don't know what that means.
Go ahead and do another.
In that same pile, folks, a bargain bucket pile. All my records are 75 cents this evening now. In that pile, I saw this outside spine label, and I'm like, oh shit, that's Impulse. Impulse. And I looked at it, and it's the Definitive Jazz Scene Volume 2.
Compilation?
It's a compilation of unreleased Impulse stuff, which includes Manny Album, Ray Charles, John Coltrane, Tommy Flanagan, Lionel Hampton, J.J. Johnson, which is Jay and Kai, Oliver Nelson, Shirley Scott, and McCoy Tyner. And very sought after. And if you pull this record out, you don't have to pull it
Nice
out.
glossy cover.
It looks like it's never been played. All these records that I got, and I'll just kind of give it away, a lot of Impulse, a lot of Blue Note, UK, German press, they all look like they've never been played. Obviously came from a collector's estate or something. I'm thinking a collector, a good jazz collector passed away. And what better way, if you think of it this way, a jazz collector's shit gets passed on to another collector, keep going. Just keep it going. And when I croak out, I'll give it to somebody else that likes jazz. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think a collector would not want it any other way. It's pretty cool that not just some random schmuck comes in here and gets this great jazz records, but somebody's going to put them on the shelf, somebody's going
I'll
to
do
listen
a
to them,
couple.
play them. It's awesome. Oh, and there's so much more good stuff.
I got a couple records that go hand in hand. This one, you have this one, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I got every record.
This is
all
George
of them.
Clinton's Computer Games.
Yeah, that's an old school Grown Man Record Night classic.
Yeah, it's his first solo album. I don't know if you knew that or not. But great record. It's got Atomic Dog on it, I believe.
Yep.
From 1982 on Capitol Records. Included most of the members of Parliament, Funkadelic, including Bernie Worrell, Bootsy Collins, and Eddie Hazel.
That's another one of those I've said in the last few weeks. When I bought that record, my collection was probably like that.
And then from
Isn't that cool?
1986, do you have this one? This is R&B Skeletons in the Closet.
No, I don't have this one.
This is like the third or fourth of that solo album era. This one actually had a little theme to it. It was like a concept that dealt with black musical artists' attempts to cross over to white audiences and losing their core black audience in the process. And it also was the first time you ever heard recorded Vanessa Williams. She sings on the first track
whoa.
on this album.
Vanessa Williams.
Yeah, and it looks. I didn't know what to think when I first saw it. I thought maybe George Clinton's doing a bunch of R&B songs, but it's not. It's Do Fries Go With That Shake is on this album. You've heard that, haven't you?
Yeah.
So,
Vanessa Williams is on Gimme a Break, right?
and she was also in Penthouse.
Gimme a break, ooh yeah.
So what you got? I got one more.
I'll do one, then you do one.
Okay.
I saw another in this same collection. Impulse Spine in this mug. And when I pulled it out, 'cause it's very definitive. You see that. You see that right there, that spine.
Oh yeah.
That orange and black Impulse. This was McCoy Tyner live at Newport, featuring Clark Terry, Charlie Marino, Bob Cranshaw, and Mickey Roker. Nice gatefold. Extremely clean. The vinyl looks like it's literally never been played.
So
It's the first album.
There was a good jazz collector who took care of his records.
Exactly.
Had all this
Who
stuff.
probably passed. This is the fifth record, the first live album by McCoy Tyner. This is like a 64 thing on Impulse, but I think this ends up being a this is a 67 reissue, and you can tell because if you open that up, Steve,
No, I'm not going to do that.
No. If you slide it out, you'll see it's got the ABC moniker
Okay.
on there as well as Impulse.
Yeah.
That means it's a gatefold. That means you know that it's the reissue. That's all right. That's all right.
So I wasn't here last Friday, but last Friday was the release date of
Yes.
this album
Oh, okay.
that I bought. I bought this yesterday. In fact, I called Jonathan. I said, "Do you have this record?" He said, "I don't. It should be coming in tomorrow, and if it does, I will hold it for you." And I said, "Let me talk to my wife." And then, well, you know, Father's Day's coming around. This is a Father's Day gift to me, but we're still a week away, and I had to go ahead and get it because there was only one coming in. And this is the Roger Waters album that came out called "Is This the Life We Really Want?" And it's pretty incredible.
It really
It
is.
is incredible. And you know, people say, "Oh, it sounds like Pink Floyd," or "It sounds like early." Yeah, it's
It sounds like
frickin'
The Wall to
Roger
me.
Waters.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you're going to hear elements of Final Cut and just all that stuff. Really, even The Wall.
Yep, for sure.
And Animals, for that.
Yeah,
matter.
and Animals.
It really
That's
started
it.
with Animals,
Yep.
where Roger kind of took over and put up the Roger Waters thing. But it is like Trump era Roger Waters. It had to come out because he cannot keep his mouth shut, and you know he's not going to sit by idle. You know, it's funny that he works with Nigel Godrich, who was at the board on all the Radiohead stuff.
I was going to say
all
Radiohead.
the major
Yep.
Radiohead stuff, and he's on the board with this album. And what's funny about that is Roger and Tom York are having a little thing about Israel.
Oh, really?
You know, Roger comes out and says that he's a total fan of Palestine, and as soon as you say that, you're dubbed an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
And Radiohead's playing a show in Israel, and Roger Waters said they shouldn't do that, and he wants to talk to him about it, and Tom's like, fuck you, we do what we want to do, whatever. So there's kind of a little spat between
Okay.
people of like mind, really.
That's healthy.
It's healthy.
That's healthy. That's a good thing.
Depressing rock, Roger Waters and Tom York.
Yeah. Let's see who can make
But
somebody
I will
kill
say
themselves first.
This album is fantastic. It's fantastic, and I hope to play a couple tracks off it. here
Okay.
after the show. So,
All right. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow it up with some Radiohead.
I hear you.
So the record that moved me around the older lady that I saw on
Moved
the
you
outside.
around the older lady.
Yeah.
Did you go through her?
I saw Donald Byrd.
Donald
I
Byrd.
saw the name Donald Byrd, and I'm like, I should probably grab that. Let me just see. Oh wait, no, a lot of people say.
Wasn't he a professor at Duke?
I don't know about Duke. It was somewhere in Maryland, I
I think
thought.
it was. No,
Maybe
it might have been A&T. What's the historically black college in Durham? It's not A&T.
Central.
It might have been
NC Central?
It might have been NC Central.
Well, this is a record by Donald Byrd called Places and Spaces. 1975. Nice picture of Donald Byrd right there.
What label's that on?
Oh, gee, I don't know. 75. Gee, let's see. A little blue note.
Blue note.
That looks like.
God, it looks like it just came out of the store.
Incredible. All of these records are just like this. 75 Blue Note, Donald Byrd. And I was looking online about this record. I want to hold this guy up. A lot of people say one of the best like jazz, funk, soul records of all time. Some people say it changed their life, changed their opinion of music, and just in general, when it comes to this genre, you really don't get a whole lot better, is kind of the consensus I'm grabbing online here.
I'm not going to pull that out.
That's all right. And another 75-cent frickin' record. I mean, incredible. Weak. not just of vinyl digging, but of just thrift stores in general. Holy shit. What an incredible time. What an incredible dig of the week. We've been having a good show, Steve.
It might be nice to break up Roger Waters with Tom York with Donald Byrd in the middle of it.
Well, we could. We could.
Like an anti-Oreo.
Inappropriate. We should take it. Hey, would you do me a big favor? Any kind of two glasses with the ice in it. And we're gonna
a large request.
And so we're gonna do Soda Speak and Chip Chat coming back here in just a minute. We got a great summer drink suggestion for Soda Speak and something for Chip Chat that there's no way in hell it's going to be bad. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back here on Grown Man Record Night. Your home, the legend of Bardball.
Grown Man Record Night will be back in a minute. Stick around.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have to visit me. Oh, visit the Colonel and have a piece of chicken. Visit the Colonel, go ahead and eat. You visit the Colonel when you eat his chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, a real old-fashioned treat.
It took the Colonel years to find his secret recipe, but all kinds of folks were waiting for it. Reach into a box or bucket of finger-licking good chicken and forget the hustle and bustle for a while. And like the Colonel says, give folks my fresh, never-frozen chicken with those 11 herbs and spices on it, and they'll call you a champion cook.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have to visit me.
Hi, time for timer, and time to make a week's supply of healthy after-school snacks. Now some weekend when it's raining and your mother is complaining because you're hanging around just twiddling your thumbs. Tell your mom that you've been itching to make something in the kitchen, and oh yes, the mess will be a minimum. But the thing that's going to please her is you make it in the freezer, and nothing could be easier to fix. Now just watch as I go through it. Really, all you need to do it is some kind of juice and just a few toothpicks. Okay, now take an empty ice tray and fill it up with orange juice or lemonade or pomegranate juice or whatever turns you on. Then cover the tray with plastic wrap, carefully poke the toothpicks through the plastic, put it in the freezer, and in a few hours, presto, stacks of snacks. Don't wait until it rains before you try this nifty trick. You'll have a fun time making sunshine on a stick.
Shira and I want to talk to you about something that's very personal. Your body.
Remember, it's your body and no one should touch you in a way that you feel is wrong.
I'll get anybody who tries it.
It's not that easy, Orko. It's hard for a young person to admit that he or she has been touched in a bad way.
If you've been touched that way, don't be ashamed. Tell someone you trust, like your parents, your doctor, your teacher, or counselor, or your minister or rabbi.
Right, Orko?
Right on!
Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Home is full of lots of things that children shouldn't touch. Home is full of bad things that can hurt you very much. Now there's a man whose face is green that you ought to get to know. He'll warn you when danger's coming fast or slow. Get to know his face in every single place. When you see it, you'll know quick. Things marked yuck make you sick, 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 sick. Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Sorry, I couldn't find my cursor there for a minute.
Get on it.
It was over in the corner of my screen. Thanks for staying with us here on Grown Man Record Night and this beautiful Friday night here in the Carolinas. And speaking
the Carolina Pine.
yeah, and you know we getting that
Actually, we're in
summertime.
the Carolina Pine area. That's down east.
We've been talking about this summertime feeling we've been having for a couple weeks now. We've been talking about songs and records and stuff that really remind us of summertime, and people start thinking about going to the beach and mowing yards and hanging out in the yard and grilling, and you know, it's a good time.
I'm gonna wash my car tomorrow.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And so, with that being said, thoughts turns into, so to speak, not necessarily to what the new weird soda is for the week, but something nice, simple, and refreshing that you can do at your outdoor event this summertime, where there'll be a picnic or a ball game or what have you. A drink recipe brought to you by Grown Man Record Night, where you can just sit back and relax in these hot, sticky, smelly summer months. And this comes as a recommendation from my mom. We were hanging out this evening, and I was like, Mom, I don't have a soda for so to speak. And she said, well, I don't really have a soda for you, but I've got something you may want to try.
A serving suggestion?
A serving suggestion that she heard this past week, tried it, and absolutely freaking loves it. So you take a couple of glasses with ice here. My mom actually brewed this especially for me. A little southern sweet tea. It's not too crazy sweet for what you would think for the South. My mom didn't make it too crazy sweet on purpose. Growing up, it was like pancake syrup. But this is just kind of slightly sweetened.
Well, so what is this? We got sweet tea and
Sweet
ginger
tea,
ale?
and this is a diet ginger ale.
Okay.
You can use regular ginger ale. Sweet tea and
In a
ginger
mason
ale
jar. That's a nice touch.
mixed together. What do you think about it?
It's like tea soda.
Girlfriend, try this.
It's refreshing.
It is.
I think that'd be really good after you cut the grass.
That's what I'm saying. Summertime drink. Barbecues. For people at barbecues that don't drink beer and shit. Right?
Yeah.
You got that sweet tea going in there. You got that ginger ale going. That's perfect. I love this.
You love your mom.
I do. But that's, wow. That is cool. I like this. And I mixed it about half and half, folks. So if you want to go like, and you could even do.
I might go a little heavier on the tea.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, dip you some in there now. So if you even if you just want to grab a Snapple and a ginger ale, go roughly about half and half, and then kind of fluctuate from there to how you like it. But a great, refreshing drink for the summertime.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
That's good stuff, man.
Good stuff.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. That's good. What a great soda speak.
If you want to eat some chips.
Yeah, it's a good. And like if you're doing a basic lunch, a basic American lunch, you may do like a sandwich and a nice tea ginger ale mix with a perfect like if you're doing like a tuna sandwich and like a nice tea, you know, things kind of go together. So a sandwich.
What about what about like a BLT?
What about like a BLT, Steve?
Okay.
Why are you bringing that up?
Well, because Lay's has a new flavor, limited time flavor they call it.
Yeah.
It's BLT. And so we're going to try that.
That's awesome. Now, I know they can do bacon. It's the lettuce and the tomato that I'm worried about what the hell they're going to do with it.
They're probably just going to go bacon and Maybe a little tomato flavor.
The
maybe.
tomato I can get.
Oh.
Lettuce? How the hell are you going to do lettuce?
Flavor. There's not. It's not.
There's no such thing as lettuce flavor.
No? But you know when you're eating lettuce.
Not really.
I
don't know why it came
mean-
off, but I don't think it matters.
I don't know.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Steve? What happened?
Oh my God.
You made the Atari alcove turn off. I don't think that's working anyway.
I don't think it's working either, but I started with it, and I'm going to end with it.
I think the battery's dead in it.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, that's a dead mic. Probably like me in just a couple of years.
Dead mic. Nice. Okay, so we got BLT. It's a limited time flavor. Does that mean
Yeah.
the flavors doesn't really last very long? Limited time flavor?
I don't know. Let's try them out. Books. Check them out. Lighter chip than I expected out of the bag. Lighter seasoned than I expected.
It's good.
More of a base Lay's with like minimal ingredients added.
No, there's a lot of flavor there.
There is a lot of flavor. There we go.
I taste the mayonnaise.
Yeah. And the bacon.
Mm-hmm. And some mayo.
No lettuce. Necessarily. But it's not necessarily the
It works
news.
well with that drink we just made.
Right? That's what I was saying, man. It's perfect.
Is that teepsy? Like
Light and crisp out on your patio. Hey, I got an idea. All our Grown Men Record Night friends, name this drink. I don't think this has a name. Half tea.
I will say this: I was at a hot dogs restaurant one night.
Yeah, the wiener in your mouth.
Hot dog restaurant.
And
I was at a hot dog restaurant, and we were drinking.
Wieners in your mouth.
We were drinking Pepsis, or
Yes.
somebody was drinking a Pepsi. Waitress came up with her tea pitcher and poured her tea in the guy's Pepsi. We call it teepsy. But I don't think this really fits as teepsy because you're talking ginger ale and tea.
Right. I don't know. You guys tell us. Name this drink. Tea
I
and...
don't think you can mix those words. You just have to come with something new.
Yeah, it don't have to be a play on words. Come up with it. Make me proud of the person that you are by what you name this drink. Tea and ginger ale.
Ginger tea?
Nope, I don't like that.
Okay. They're not all going to be winners.
You want to hear my suggestion?
Yeah.
The Castaway. Because it has ginger. And it's a light, crispy island drink, if you will. Necessarily.
Gilligan's Island reference? Is that
Yep.
what it was? Jesus fucking Christ.
The Castaway.
Well, because it's tea, it's a southern drink, so... Those damn cables on.
So you're saying we should call this slave rope? Is that what you're saying, Steve? It's a southern drink. Let's call it slave rope. I give up on the show. I don't know what else to do at this point. I got a racist co-host talking about plantation
Let's
business.
call it the cotton gin.
Cotton Jim. All right. Thanks for joining us, Grown Men Record Night. This place be a Friday night. I don't need to tell you nothing. You know everything about everything.
Stick around. We're gonna play some music.
Why am I telling you about? Why am I telling you about it? You guys don't worry about it. We'll see you next time, Grown Man Record Night.